Hi everyone, this is Natasha. I thought I'd share with you a card, or actually a couple of cards, and they're just thank you cards. I wanted to include the custom orders for the Polaroids in, so I have them all ready to be packed up. So I just wanted to make a couple more. They're all basically the same kind of card. So I started off with a craft base, and these are the note cards from Hobby Lobby, and so they're slightly smaller than the A2 size. Then there's a white layer of cardstock, a pattern piece of paper, and the paper is from Die Cuts with a View 6x6 stack, and I think it's the Essentials. Let me just grab it. It's behind me. It is called Fashion District. This is what it looks like. And what I did, because this comes in an array of colors, essentially the same repeating pattern but in just different color bases. And there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 colors. I just pulled out one of each of the colors in the same pattern, and it's this pattern that kind of looks like Egyptian tapestry to me. So I pulled it out in each of the colors, and I've already created these, and this one is almost done, but I do need to pull out one of the elements. I must have pulled out one too few of the little hangers, so I thought I'd also show you where I keep my Tim Holtz bits and pieces. So this is the trinket box. Let me just move this. It's the smaller of the two that are available. And I have all of my Tim Holtz goodies in here once I receive them and unpack them. So here's my little hangers. So I just needed to grab one more. I like having them all in one place, but as you could see, I'm nearly tapped out on space, so I'm going to have to come up with another solution. So let me just move this off camera to close that up, and so I can show you the actual card construction. So I've already attached the base on even the two cards that I have remaining, so I'm just going to show you the last parts. So I have my ATG off to the side, and it's a squeaky one, the 1/4 inch. So let me just finish this one. So I already have the tag, which is also cut out of craft cardstock. And as you can see, there's also a little, like one of the reinforcer, because I just used the doily, which is this particular doily. It's a Wilton cake decorating section, and I've had this for forever. I think I'm down to the last 3 doilies actually. I think it adds a little bit of a modern touch, because I'm not really, my particular style is not really grunge or shabby chic. I think it's just really more modern. So I did use a doily, but I used a silver foil doily, which makes it just a little more contemporary. So I have that. So let me just move these aside, because that's the last one. And these are the mini Polaroids that I created, and these are actually stamped. It just says thank you on it. And the stamp is from Stephanie Bernard Stamps of Life. And I just stamped it in gray ink, in London Fog Memento ink. And when I show you the cards close up, and I'll include stills of each of the cards so you can see the difference. The London Fog, the gray color Memento ink, it's almost like a chameleon ink. It goes well with everything. I felt that black would have been too harsh, but then I also could have color matched to each of the pattern paper colors. And I thought that would be kind of a hassle, because I didn't think I had a color that would match each identically. So that London Fog is very much, well, let me show you, very much like a chameleon. It seems to go with every of the colors. So here's kind of a taupey one. Here's a blue. And here's this kind of rusty red. So it went very nicely with all of them. So that's why I stamped it. So these are the blanks. So this is the next step, and I usually keep one, especially when I'm mass producing cards, I keep a prototype out so I know what I'm putting up on next. So the next element is the hanger, and the reason I did that is I had these tiny little pieces left of the pattern paper. Once I trimmed down the base layers or the pattern layers, and I looked at it, and because this paper pattern reminds me so much of tapestry, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if I just used this as an additional element on the card, as though it's just a piece of fabric hanging on a hanger. So I just slipped it through the bottom rung of the hanger, and I'm going to fold it over so it matches up, and I'm just going to add a little adhesive and then attach it. Squeaky. Oh, look at that. On camera it won't squeak. It's like a car you bring to a mechanic. My car's making this noise, and suddenly it doesn't make that noise. So I'm just going to match that back up so it's even. If I have any extra tape, I'll just pull that off. Center the a piece of paper. And then the way I attached it is I flip over this little mini Polaroid, add a layer of adhesive, and to center it, just place it. And again, this is all through a viewfinder, so I might not be completely straight or in the center. Now, the sides of the Polaroid are just too thin for me to use the ATG, so I'm just going to use the Zig 2-way. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Zig glue, when it goes on blue, it's permanent. Once it dries to clear, it's temporary. So you kind of want to use it pretty quickly. And I have this off at an angle. So that's attached. And then at the bottom I have just 3 little sprigs, and this is the Martha Stewart branch punch, and I'm going to use the Zig pen, flip it over, and on the front of each one I just used one of the Jelly Roll Silver Star. Actually, I'll grab it in a second after I attach these. And I'm just adding a little bit. You don't need a lot of glue on this. So then I have a little texture, a little pattern, a little shine on each of the cards. So I just have 3 because the human eye odd numbers are more appealing than even numbers. And again, I'm doing this from behind a tripod, so that's why it might seem awkward. Okay, so that one's done. The pen is Jelly Roll, which is a Sakura brand, Silver Star. Let's see if it'll focus right there, Silver Star. And it's a nice shiny addition on the little leaves. So then you get a little element of silver everywhere. So there's one more, but let me show you how I attached the doily. So I took the doily and I cut it into thirds. Initially I was going to cut it down the center, but then I would have ended up wasting a piece that was going to be behind the tag anyway. So I trimmed it down just for the piece that I need, and I've already added adhesive on this tag. So there's the tag with the tape already on it. I'm going to center it just about the front like that. I'm going to add one more run of the ATG. Make sure I have the front of the card opening in the right direction. And then I'm just going to layer it like that. So now we're back to creating the little tapestry fold for the hanger. And I was genuinely surprised these die cuts with the View 6x6 stacks are quite cute. Some of them are cute, some of them are very basic, where it could appear it could be appropriate for, you know, birthdays, holidays, you know, male, female, you know, gender neutral. Like, these patterns are all very gender neutral. They don't scream out masculine or feminine. So I'm just going to add a strip of adhesive. So see if it squeaks this time. Of course not. I cannot tell you how much it was squeaking. It was squeaking so much that one of the animals reacted from the other room. And of course, now that it's on video, it won't do it, right? Figures. Alright, so I'm just gonna line this up. Flip over the Polaroid. Add another piece over that. Zig for the rest. Make sure I don't have glue on there. Because it's kind of an organic composition, I'm not really fastidiously attaching them in the exact same manner. It's kind of the way that, you know, whichever way it flows. And add a little bit of the glue to the back of a flower or a branch. And I was trying to keep these pretty flat because inside the card is going to be the orders, which I'll show you in a second. So I don't want to bulk it up too much more. So I was debating whether to write inside the cards or just send them so the recipient can use them if they want to as a thank you card for someone else, kind of like a bonus. So all they will need additionally is an envelope. So the insides just have white bases, and the backs have my signature stamp on them. So there you go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Really quick. Once I decided what the design that I was going to use, I just recreated the supplies and attached everything. It's just a matter of attaching it. So I made 6 cards really easily, and now I could put the orders inside, which they will fit just a little piece of plastic. So the envelope will accommodate that, and they'll be on their way. As always, I'll include photographs as well as a recipe for the full card on my blog. There'll be a link in the description below. Don't forget to thumbs up. It helps me. It's free for you. It's kind of a win-win. If you want to share this with your friends on social media, you're welcome to do that, or pop it on your blog. You're welcome to do that as well. Or you could tweet it. There's all sorts of options on how you can share. If you have any questions for me specifically, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to help. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching.